All right, we got a billionaire here, and it's the you-know-who-ish kind.
I'm not going to say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
Okay, Rocket Mortgage founder Dan Gilbert, soon-to-be ex-wife, is now a billionaire. Let's ring the cash register.
I'm rich, bitch.
All right, so there we go right there. Dan Gilbert. All right, for those that know who Dan Gilbert is, you guys might know him as the owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers. All right, he was the one who had those things to say about LeBron James, but he's even more known than as the owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers. He's known as the CEO of Rocket Mortgage. All right, and if you guys have the app Rocket Mortgage, you guys know what happens there. He actually does mortgages. That's where you make the big money, especially if you're the CEO. Well, he has a wife, and they were married for 30 years. 30 years. And if you know about the NBA, most of the owners are you-know-who-ish.
I'm not going to say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
Well, the Cleveland Cavaliers basketball owner and CEO of Rocket Mortgage is headed for divorce, and apparently they've signed a deal after they have split, and it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. The Detroit power couple, married for 30 years, announced their split on Friday, thanks to a corporate restructuring completed 2 months ago. Jennifer Gilbert is now a billionaire. All right, so there's Jennifer Gilbert here. We're going to have to find a better photo of her, and she looks like she's in good shape. She looks like she does Pilates, and there looks to be a little bit of an age gap, maybe about by 10 years, so she looks slightly younger than him, possibly, but there's a little hair dye and manufacturing. She's a little bit manufactured, nose job, and she's well,
I'm not going to say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
So when I say that all men pay, and it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, you could be married for 10 years and brag about that shit all you want. But you got to make it to the end. You got to make it till death do us part. And many marriages cannot. Let's read the article. On Friday, the mortgage mogul Dan Gilbert and his wife Jennifer announced that they have filed for divorce. While their nearly 30-year marriage is now coming to an end, the couple has started laying out the groundwork for their split months ago. Gilbert, age 63, started the first mortgage lender company at 22 with $5,000 earned from selling pizza in college. What they won't tell you is that's much of his bar mitzvah money.
I'm not going to say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
Rocket Mortgage is now the second largest mortgage lender in the U.S., and he also owns 82% of the NBA Cleveland Cavs. It says right here, Gilbert, who debuted on the Forbes 400 list in 2005, is the wealthiest person in Michigan with the estimated $29.8 billion fortune. He is known for all of his efforts to commit more than $7 billion to acquiring and restoring more than 100 properties in downtown Detroit and Cleveland. And it says, unlike other high-profile billionaire breakups in recent years, including a nasty fight between two you-know-who-ishes, the Gilberts appear to be handling their divorce privately and collaboratively. After 30 meaningful years filled with love and gratitude, we have together made the difficult decision to end our marriage. This is a statement from the Gilberts wrote and obtained by the Detroit News. Our journey has been profoundly shaped by our love and devotion to our children, including the enduring memories of our beloved son, Nick, in addition to our commitments to the Detroit and Cleveland area. And by the way, Nick is their son. I believe he was, can't remember his situation, but I believe he was either on the spectrum. He was born with a health condition. He had died, and he was featured on the NBA draft lottery, where I believe they got the number one pick to get LeBron James. All right, so the son has since passed away. And it says Gilbert suffered a stroke in May of 2019 that left the left side partially paralyzed and still, that was the son. Okay. Okay, so Gilbert did suffer a stroke in May 2019 that left his left side partially paralyzed, and he still uses a wheelchair. The Gilbert son, Nick, one of his 5 children, died in May from neurofibromatosis. I'm not sure what that is. This is a rare genetic disease that causes non-cancerous tumors to grow on nerves throughout the body, likely putting an unimaginable strain on the family. All right, 2 health conditions there. In April, Dan and Jennifer finalized a post-nuptial agreement that reportedly resolved all issues arising out of the party's marriage. So the marriage was over, as you can see, months ago, and they involved themselves in a post-nuptial agreement situation, trying to divide the property as much equally as they can. And you're going to hear this later on in the Tyreek Hill case. And it says, and the divorce is uncontested according to Crane's Detroit Business. In June, the Rocket companies completed a corporate restructuring that redistributed shares in the firm held by RHI, which is the holding company majority owned by Gilbert. The reorganization divided up the Gilbert's Rocket shares, with Dan keeping 54% of the company and Jennifer holding roughly 15%. Dan maintains voting control over Jennifer's shares, but they belong to her. Okay. Now her age is 57. What's the age gap there? So it's about 6 years there. 57 is the 9th richest person in Michigan. Shout out to Jennifer.
I'm rich, bitch.
All right, so there it is right there. She becomes the 9th richest person in Michigan.
The Money Mindset 2025. Join us if you are looking to elevate your mindset to the next level and get your financial information and game back to where it needs to be. This is the Blue Chip Mindset on steroids. We have 80 plus episodes from the last 2 years that you missed available via playback. You can get all of those episodes. Also, every live stream on Sunday night with all of our great contributors with subjects, cryptocurrency, investment, Money 101, Money 201. Also, if you're looking to become a social media content creator, this is the group for you. 2 times a month, we give you content creator information about how much money you can make via content creation. What are the most popular forms of content creation coming forward in the next few years, and how you can capitalize on an opportunity to be a content creator. Join patreon.com/Coach Greg Adams to find the Money Mindset link. Let's get our Blue Chip Mindset on. The window is still open.
I don't know what she did to get it, but I know what she did. She married and divorced a billionaire. All right, people are going to say in 30 years, she helped them become rich. All right, but at that time, he was 22 when he started the company. She would be worth at least $6.4 billion based on the value of her Rocket shares. She is now the 39th richest woman in America.
I'm rich, bitch.
All right. It is unclear whether Jennifer will receive additional assets, including, say, a stake in the Cavaliers, which is held in the family holding company and still attributed to Dan Gilbert. A spokesman for Rocket did not respond to any requests or comments. No comment to this story right there. But that's the situation, man. Men are in love, women are in business. Men are in love, women are in business. But hey, man, 30 years, you build up an empire, you invest in a woman. All right, well, you got to find a woman that rocks with you and invest in her. All men pay. All men pay. So you invested in her. You built your business. You got to find a woman to build with. Right? You got to find a woman to build with you. You got to put her on your program, and you got to help. She got to help you build. I tell you, more than likely, this is going to be the result. Statistically, this is going to be the result. You invest in her, you build with her, and then boom. And of course, you got all your ducks in a row. They had all their ducks in a row. It wasn't a big fight. He had to hand over what he needed to hand over. Just so you guys know, when you have prenuptial and postnuptials, you're going to hand over money regardless. A lot of you guys think you're going to have a prenup and postnup, and you're going to leave this woman with the shirt on her back that she came in with. No, you're never going to just leave her with the shirt. She's going to leave with something in a good stake that is favorable. Otherwise, if you try to leave her with nothing, no judge is going to sign off on that. All right. They're going to give her what she is probably fairly just due. And she could have took them for more. And she probably knew, well, I didn't do all the work. All right. And it probably was her wanting to fuck her personal trainer. So she's like, I want to get out of this situation altogether. We've had a traumatic last 5 years. Guys, health will ruin your marriages. Health will ruin your marriages. So you can have a successful marriage. If one of you guys fall into bad health, or you have a child that dies or falls into bad health, your relationship will be strained. So these are the things that people don't talk about. You don't talk about this, right? You think, oh, I invest in her and I pick somebody and she rocked with me and we build together. But if one of you guys suffer a health condition and the other one doesn't want any part of it, or it becomes a strain, or they have a tragedy, it's going to affect your marriage. And then now you got to dice up all of that empire. Okay. So you got to stay healthy. We talked about this with my uncle taking care of his long-term girlfriend that has dementia. Okay. What are you going to do? They said Michael Irvin is taking care of his wife that stayed with him during his tumultuous years, and he's taking care of her with dementia. So that's a strain. But if you're like, I just don't have it anymore, okay, which a lot of people do, all right? Apparently, she was like, I'm done. I'm not going to take care of you. You're in a wheelchair. I'm out of here. Hire a caretaker. I'm not saying that she did that. We don't know that she did that. All right, but, oh, my goodness, we do have a photo of her. Hopefully, I'm not muted here, but there she is right there.
Oh, the humanity.
That is the well, I mean, just.
I'm not going to say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
By the way, this will be a pretty length. Got a lot of crime to cover here.